Introduction. My name is Serena. I am 25 years old now. My life changed a lot when I was young. I got married when I was only 18. His name was Todd. He was 10 years older than me, 28 years old at that time. Todd was a very important person. He was a rich CEO, a big boss of a company. I loved Todd very much. I truly believed in our love. I thought we would have a happy life together. But for Todd, things were different. He did not marry me because he loved me. His reason was not about love at all. He married me to make his father happy. His father wanted him to be married. This was a secret I did not know then. Our wedding day was supposed to be happy, but after the wedding, everything changed very fast. Todd did not stay with me. He left almost immediately. He moved to another city. He said it was for work, for his important job. So I was left alone in his big, grand house. This house was very beautiful, but it felt empty without him. For 7 long years, I lived there by myself. It was like I was a ghost in my own home. I walked through large rooms that were always quiet. There was no laughter, no conversations, no one to share my days with. Every morning, I woke up alone. Every night, I went to sleep alone. The house was full of expensive things, but it had no warmth. It had no life for me. His absence had a very deep impact on my life. When he left, a big part of me felt lost. I was very young, and I had just started my married life. I had many hopes and dreams for us, but suddenly all those dreams were gone. I felt sad and confused. I did not understand why he left me so quickly. I waited for him to come back every day. I hoped for a phone call, a letter, anything, but nothing came. His leaving changed my world. I became a lonely person in a very big, empty house. My life became quiet and without joy. I was a wife, but I had no husband beside me. It was a very hard time for a young woman like me. I felt like I was waiting for a life that would never start. 2. Living alone, Todd was always far away. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. His phone never rang for me. He did not come back to the house, not even for special days. My birthdays passed quietly, with no message from him. Our wedding anniversaries, meant to be happy days, were just like any other lonely day in the big house. I spent many hours waiting by the phone, hoping for a call that never came. Sometimes I cried a lot, feeling very sad and alone in the large, empty rooms. But then, I decided I must try to be better. I thought if I changed, maybe he would notice me. I started to study many new things. I read books about history and art. I learned new skills, like cooking different kinds of food and speaking a little of another language. I also spent time improving myself, exercising and trying to be strong. I wanted to be a good wife for him, even though he was not there. My heart stayed true to him, even with his long absence. I kept the house clean and tidy, just in case he suddenly decided to return. Every day felt like a waiting game. Whispers began to reach me from the town. People said Todd had a girlfriend in the city where he lived. Then, some people said he had more than one girlfriend. These rumors made my heart ache, but I still tried to believe in him. It was hard to ignore what others said. When I went to the market or walked in the park, I felt eyes on me. I heard quiet laughs and hushed talks. People called me the invisible wife. They meant I was there in the big house, but no one saw me as a real wife to Todd. This made me feel small and very ashamed. The title Invisible Wife felt like a heavy stone in my stomach. Sometimes the loneliness was too much. The big house felt like a cage, and I felt like a bird that could not fly. I often thought about leaving the house, leaving the town, and starting a new life far away from everything. I wanted to escape the whispers and the empty rooms, but Todd's mother often visited me. She was a kind woman, and she always told me the same thing. She would say, "Serena, you must stay, be patient. Todd will come back home one day. He will remember you are his wife, and everything will be good again." Her words gave me a small bit of hope, a reason to stay in the large, quiet house. So I waited and I hoped. 3. He comes back. The days passed slowly, one after another, just like they had for 7 long years. I lived in the big house, doing my own things, learning new skills, and growing stronger inside. I had stopped waiting by the phone, stopped looking out the window for a car that never came. My life had become my own, even if I was still called the invisible wife by some people in town. I had built a quiet strength, a sense of self that was new and firm. Then, one afternoon, something unexpected happened. A car pulled into the long driveway. It was a car I knew well, a dark, expensive one. My heart did not jump with joy or surprise. Instead, a strange calm settled over me. Todd was back. After 7 years, without a single call, without any warning, he was simply there. He stepped out of the car, looking exactly as he had before, tall and serious. He did not smile. He did not look for me. He walked towards the front door as if he had only left yesterday. He entered the house, and the large space seemed to shrink around us. He did not say hello. He did not offer an explanation for his long absence, nor did he offer an apology for the years of silence. His eyes were cold, sweeping over the familiar rooms. When his gaze finally fell on me, there was no warmth, no sign of recognition of the wife he had left behind. He treated me as if I were a stranger, or perhaps even worse, as if I were a piece of furniture that had always been there, unnoticed. "You are still my wife," he said, his voice flat and distant. "Behave." His words were like a cold wind, but they did not hurt me like they would have years ago. The old Serena, the young girl who loved him so much, was gone. The tears had dried up long ago. Now, I was a woman of 25 years, with a mind of my own and a spirit that had learned to stand alone. I had dreams, big and small, that did not include him. I had pride, a strong feeling inside that told me I deserved more than this cold treatment. I had worked hard on myself, not for him, but for me. I looked at him, not with fear or sadness, but with a new kind of calm strength. My voice was steady, clear, and firm. "I'm not your servant, Todd," I told him. My words filled the silent house. It was a declaration, a line drawn in the sand. Todd paused. His cold eyes narrowed slightly, and for the first time, a hint of something other than indifference crossed his face. It was not anger, perhaps not even surprise, but a moment of quiet observation. He seemed to be seeing me for the first time in 7 years, truly seeing the woman who stood before him, not the girl he had left. His reaction was subtle, a slight shift in his posture, a small moment of thought. The silence stretched between us, thick with unspoken changes. A strange change. After his sudden return, Todd's behavior changed. It was not like before. He did not ignore me completely. Instead, he started to watch me. He looked at me often, from far away and close up. His eyes followed me when I walked in the house. It felt like he was studying me, trying to find the old Serena. This was new and confusing. He also began to talk to me. He asked me questions about my day, about my activities. It felt like he was testing me, trying to understand the person I had become. I did not understand why he was doing this. His actions were very strange. It was clear he did not like my newfound independence. He did not like the strong woman I had become. One day, he looked at me with a serious face. "You've changed," he said. His voice was not happy. It was clear he did not like the woman I had become. He seemed to miss the old me, the quiet wife who waited for him. But that person was gone. I was strong now, and I had my own thoughts and my own life. He tried to make things like they were before. He thought money could fix everything. He started to offer me many things. He brought me expensive gifts. There were new dresses and shiny jewelry. He even offered me money, saying I could buy anything I wanted. But I did not want these things from him. I refused every gift. I did not take the money. I shook my head each time. These things meant nothing to me. My focus was not on money or clothes anymore. I had learned to value myself. One evening, he looked at me with a strange look in his eyes. "You are still mine," he said. His voice was firm, like he owned me. It was like he believed I was his property, even after 7 years of absence. He thought I still belonged to him just because we were married. My heart was not soft anymore. I looked back at him. My voice was calm but strong. "Then prove it," I said. It was a challenge. I wanted to see if his words meant anything. I wanted him to show me respect, not just try to control me. I wanted actions, not just claims. He started to take me to his work parties. He introduced me as his wife. He stood next to me and smiled for other people. He wanted everyone to see me. He wanted to show them that I was his wife. But when we were alone, at home, he was different. He did not talk much. He did not look at me. He treated me like a stranger living in his house. It was like I was two different people for him, a public wife and a private stranger. This difference made me feel confused and used. It was a strange game he was playing, and I did not understand his true feelings. I wondered what he really wanted from me. He was still a mystery, but I was no longer afraid of him. I was ready to face whatever came next. 5. Another woman. It was one evening. I was in the house when I heard a car. Todd arrived, and with him was a woman. I did not know her. She was tall, with dark hair. Her name was Giselle. My heart felt a strange worry. Why was she here with Todd? I watched them. Then Giselle moved close to Todd. She put her arms around him and kissed him. It was a long kiss. Todd did not stop her. He did not move away. He just stood there. My eyes saw it all. My heart felt a sharp pain. It was like my heart broke again into many small pieces. I had felt this pain before, years ago. Now it was back. The feeling was very real and very deep. I could not stay quiet. I walked towards them. My legs felt heavy. I looked at Todd. "Do you love her?" I asked him. My voice was not loud, but it was clear. I needed an answer from him. His answer came quickly. It was cold. "It's none of your business," he said. He did not look sorry. He did not explain anything. His words were very hurtful. They told me that I meant nothing to him. There was no love for me. There was only this other woman and his uncaring words. In that moment, I made a decision. It was a very clear decision. I could not stay in this house anymore. I could not live this life anymore, not one more day. I turned away from Todd and Giselle. I went to my bedroom right away. I pulled out my biggest suitcase. I started to pack my bags. I did not think about where I would go. I just knew I had to leave. I had to leave that very night. My hands moved fast. I put my clothes and a few important things into the suitcase. Every item I packed was a step towards a new life. A life away from Todd and his cold heart. I would not wait until morning. I would leave now. This house was not my home. This marriage was not my life. 6. The hidden paper. I had packed my bags. My heart felt heavy, but my mind was clear. It was time to leave Todd's house forever. As I walked through the quiet halls one last time, I stopped at his office door. I had never entered this room much. It was always his private space. But now, something pulled me inside. I looked around the large room. His big desk sat in the middle. On one wall, behind a painting, I saw a small metal safe. I had seen him open it sometimes, but I never knew what was inside. Today, I felt a strange urge to look. I found a small, old key hidden inside a drawer of his desk. It was a key I had never seen before. My hand trembled a little as I put the key into the lock of the safe. It turned easily. The heavy metal door opened with a soft click. Inside, there were some important-looking papers. One paper, folded neatly, caught my eye. It looked different from the others. I picked it up. Its title was simple, Marriage Agreement. My hands shook as I opened it. The words on the paper were clear and cold. This was not a love letter. This was a business deal. The agreement said that Todd's father had promised him a large part of the family company. This promise had one very important condition. Todd had to stay married for 7 years. 7 years. My mind raced. We had been married for exactly 7 years. This paper was the reason he had married me. This was the reason he had come back now, not because he cared for me, not because he loved me, but because he needed to complete this agreement. The truth hit me like a cold wave. I was not a wife to him. I was not a person he loved. I was just a part of a contract, a part of a business deal. For 7 long years, I had waited for him. I had cried for him. I had tried to be a good wife. I had believed in a future with him. But all that time, I was just a number, a clause in a paper. My heart did not just break, it shattered into a million tiny pieces. The pain was sharp and deep. Every tear I had cried, every hope I had held felt like a joke. He had used me. He had used my name, my presence, for his own gain. All the rumors, all the whispers suddenly made sense. I was not the invisible wife because he was busy. I was the invisible wife because I was simply a tool. This paper changed everything. It explained his coldness, his absence, his sudden return, and even his strange new attention. It was all about the contract, not about me. My love was real, but his marriage was a lie. A very big, very cruel lie. This discovery filled me with a new kind of strength, born from deep hurt. There was no going back now. My decision to leave was not just right, it was the only way. I held the paper tightly, the words burning into my mind. This was the end. 7, ready to leave. After reading the hidden contract, my mind was clear. I knew what to do. The next morning, I packed my last few things. I felt strong. I walked through the big house one last time. It was not my home. It was just a place where I had waited for 7 years. Now I was leaving. I called a taxi. When it arrived, I carried my bags outside. I did not look back. I got into the car. The driver started the engine. As we drove away, I looked at the house in the mirror. It looked empty. Later that day, I went to a lawyer's office. I had prepared the papers. I signed them without thought. These were the divorce papers. They would end my marriage to Todd. It was a big step, but it felt right. My hand did not shake. My heart felt calm. The lawyer said the papers would be sent to Todd soon. I went to a small cafe. I sat and drank some tea. I thought about the future. It was a future without Todd, a future where I was free. I felt peace. Suddenly, my phone rang. It was Todd. I did not answer. He called again. I did not want to talk to him. A few hours later, I heard a car stop outside my new apartment. I looked out the window. It was Todd. He got out quickly. He saw my window. He came to the door and knocked loudly. I opened the door a little. I looked at him. His face was full of worry. "What do you want, Todd?" I asked. My voice was steady. "Why did you send those papers?" he asked. "Why are you leaving?" I looked directly into his eyes. "You know why," I said. "You don't love me, you used me." The words were true. He looked down at his feet, his shoulders dropped. He looked like a different man. "Yes," he said softly. "Yes, I used you, it's true." He paused, then looked up at me. His eyes were sad. "But I didn't expect to fall for you, Serena." My heart felt a small pang, but I remembered the contract. I remembered Giselle. I remembered 7 years alone. "Please, Serena," he said, taking a step closer. "Give me another chance. I can explain. I can change, please." He sounded desperate. I stepped back. My silence was my answer. I did not say yes. I did not say no. I just looked at him. Then slowly I closed the door. I heard him stand there for a long time. Then I heard his car drive away. I was ready to leave him. My journey was just beginning. 8, a new love. Weeks passed after Todd left. Serena focused on her cafe. Her heart felt heavy. She remembered his words, "I used you," and the pain was fresh. She worked hard, trying to forget. She wondered about his plea. Was it real? She did not know. Then, one morning, Todd came to the cafe. He looked different. His expensive suits were gone. He wore simple clothes. He looked tired but calm. He did not come as a powerful CEO. He came as a humble man. Serena watched him, surprised. He walked to her table. He just sat down. "Serena," he said softly, "I have something important." He told her he had given up his CEO job. He was no longer a big company boss. This was a very big step. "I do not want to buy your love," he explained. "I want to earn it. I want to show you I changed." He asked if he could help at the cafe. Serena was unsure. She remembered his past neglect, but she saw something new in his eyes. He started helping the next day. He broke a plate. He spilled milk, but he did not stop. He learned to make coffee, wash dishes, clean tables, and sweep floors. He even helped in the kitchen, chopping vegetables. He worked long hours like Serena and did not complain. Every day he said, "I am sorry, Serena." He said it for his mistakes and the past. He said it for the 7 years he hurt her. His apologies were not just words. His actions showed them. He was patient. He was kind. He was there every day. Serena watched him. She saw his efforts and patience. She saw he was truly trying. Forgiving was hard. The past memory was strong, but she saw real change. He was not the same cold man. He was trying to be better. She did not forget the pain, but slowly forgave him. His dedication was clear. One evening, after the cafe was empty, Todd looked at Serena. She was tired but smiling. He took her hand gently. "Serena," he said quietly, "I love you." These words, 7 years, 7 years of waiting, 7 years of pain, and now he said them. Serena's eyes filled with tears. She looked at him. She saw the truth in his eyes. This time, she believed him. She accepted his love. It was a new beginning.